Scotland, a land of breathtaking highlands, serene lochs and storied islands, stands today as one of the most culturally distinct and historically rich nations in the world. While now part of the United Kingdom, Scotland was a fully independent country until the early 18th century. Its journey shaped by centuries of conflict, alliances and an enduring national spirit. But how did a collection of ancient Celtic tribes evolve into the Scotland we recognise today? This is the story of Scotland's history. The land that would become Scotland has been inhabited for over 10,000 years. Though little is known about its earliest inhabitants due to a lack of written records, they followed a path similar to other European societies, transitioning from nomadic hunter-gatherers to settled farming communities around 6,000 years ago. Evidence of these early cultures can be seen in megalithic structures such as the stone circles at Stennis in Orkney and Callanish on the Isle of Lewis, which served as centres for ritual and religious activity. The first known written account of Scotland came from Pythias of Massalia, a Greek geographer who, around 325 BC, referred to the northernmost part of Britain as Orcus. This knowledge passed to the Romans, who launched their invasion of Britain in 43 AD. By 71 AD, Roman forces had pushed into what is now southern Scotland, engaging in fierce battles against the indigenous Caledonian tribes. In 84 AD, at the Battle of 𝗥𝗲𝗹𝗁𝗏, the Romans, led by Gnaeus Julius Agricola, claimed victory over the Caledonians. However, due to logistical and military challenges, the Romans retreated southward, eventually establishing Hadrian's Wall in 122 AD as their northernmost frontier. As Rome's influence waned in the late 4th century, various groups vied for control. The Picts, thought to be descendants of the Caledonians, became dominant in the north, while the Gaelic-speaking Scoti from Ireland established the Kingdom of Dalriata in the west. The Anglo-Saxons formed the Kingdom of Bernicia in the southeast, which later merged into Northumbria, while the Brittonic-speaking people controlled Strathclyde in the southwest. In 563 AD, Saint Columba arrived from Ireland, establishing the monastery of Iona, which became a centre of Christian influence across the region. Despite shared faith, these kingdoms frequently clashed. The balance of power was further disrupted in 793 AD, when Vikings began raiding Scotland's shores, eventually settling in the Orkney, Shetland and Western Isles. By the 9th century, Kenneth MacAlpin, a king of Dalriata, united the Gaels and Picts, forming the Kingdom of Alba, considered the foundation of modern Scotland. Over the following centuries, this kingdom expanded, absorbing Strathclyde and parts of Northumbria. The 11th and 12th centuries saw the rise of the 𝗥𝗲𝗋 dynasty and increasing Norman influence following William the Conqueror's invasion of England in 1066. Scotland maintained its independence despite pressures from the south. However, a succession crisis in 1286, following the death of King Alexander III, led to King Edward I of England attempting to assert dominance over Scotland. His intervention sparked the Wars of Scottish Independence. Led initially by William Wallace, who famously won at the Battle of Stirling Bridge in 1297, and later by Robert the Bruce, Scotland ultimately secured its independence with Bruce's victory at Bannockburn in 1314. The Treaty of Edinburgh-Northampton in 1328 formally recognised Scotland's sovereignty. In 1603, James VI of Scotland inherited the English throne, uniting the two crowns. Though Scotland and England remained politically separate, tensions grew. Economic difficulties and the disastrous Darien Scheme, a failed attempt to establish a Scottish colony in Panama, contributed to Scotland signing the Treaty of Union in 1707, creating the Kingdom of Great Britain. The union was deeply unpopular among many Scots, fueling Jacobite rebellions seeking to restore the Stuart monarchy. The most famous uprising, led by Bonnie Prince Charlie in 1745, saw early successes but ended in defeat at the Battle of Culloden in 1746. In the aftermath, the British government dismantled the Highland clan system, forever altering Scottish society. Despite political subjugation, Scotland flourished intellectually and economically in the 18th and 19th centuries. The Scottish Enlightenment produced thinkers like Adam Smith and David Hume, while industrialisation spurred urban growth. By the 20th century, Scotland's identity remained strong, culminating in the establishment of its own devolved parliament in 1999. Today, Scotland continues to balance its distinct cultural heritage with its place within the United Kingdom, a testament to its enduring resilience and national spirit.